So while we are talking about the mind, I'm just thinking whether your mind is a villain or a victim, that should we not be friends with it, or have we made it the way it is?
Yeah, okay. It's a very good question. We haven't made it. So it's not our fault, because it's not like we one day decided let's create this monster. Obviously not. Obviously not. Also, it's okay, two things. One is it's nature. It is not all bad, because it's like, okay, it's like a sharp knife. If you know how to use it well, it can cut things beautifully. If you don't know how to use it well, it's going to kill you. We are learning to use it well. Why have we learned not to use it well so far? Evolution has a big part to play, because what happened with evolution is, what happened with the survival mindset is, you had to continuously compare yourself with others and come out at the top. You had to completely watch out for calamities, animals, and negative things in your environment. Okay, so today you're staying in a comfortable house, food is on the table, you have comfortable climate, and yet the mind is conditioned according to the evolutionary conditioning of keeping on watching. So now it doesn't have to watch out for wild animals, it's going to watch out for competitors. It's going to watch out for who's going to take credit for my work. It's going to watch out for something else. The tendency of watching out and staying stuck in a negative loop is the same. And that is why, and this is not just with humans, this tendency exists even with animals to a great extent, because they are also all the time watching out and afraid for their lives, right? The only advantage of being human is that the cognitive abilities have developed. That's why I said it's also like a positive factor, because this also, the understanding that we are going through today is also through our mind. The mind is also learning that this is not helpful for it. The mind is also learning that this is its nature, that this nature is not helping. It's creating high BP, it's creating a rush mentality, it's creating lifestyle diseases, right? This kind of tendency to remain rushed affects our body, affects our health, creates diseases, everything. It's a whole mind-body imbalance. So the mind is always, yeah, absolutely. We are looking for problems and threats to deal with because it is conditioned that way. Our mind is conditioned. It's called, the phenomena is called negativity bias. The statistics show that 85% of our thoughts are negative. 85. 90% are repetitive. 90% thoughts are which came yesterday also. If somebody else tells us something negative 85% of the time, repeatedly, are we going to even listen to that person? But we listen to ourselves because it is our mind. It's boring. It's seriously boring to listen to the same negative thing again and again and again. When so your friend talks to you in the same way, you get bored. You're like, hey, get over it, man. Right? That's the advice we give others. We don't give that advice to ourselves. It's interesting because it's us, because it's conditioned. But conditioning does not mean health. Conditioning does not mean happiness. It's not conditioned to be happy. It's not conditioned to be healthy. It's merely conditioned to survive. So as intelligent human beings, we can understand how much of the mind we need to use for survival and when we need to stop, when it is actually becoming anti-survival. It is now making us sick. We are at the highest mental illness statistics ever, historically. We have more facilities, more technology, lifts, cars, food, and we have more trouble. Both. It's strange. No, it shouldn't be that way. The more comfortable we are, the less worried we should be. But the more comfortable we are, our worry doesn't seem to go away.